Is it better to be loved or feared?
That's a good question. It's nice to be both, but it's very difficult. But if I had my choice, I would rather be feared. Fear lasts longer than love. Friendships that are bought with money mean nothing. You see how it is around here. I make a joke, everybody laughs. I know I'm funny, but I'm not that funny. It's fear that keeps them loyal to me. But the trick is not to be hated. That's why I treat my men good, but not too good. I give them too much, then they don't need me. I give them just enough where they need me, but they don't hate me. Don't forget what I'm telling you.
What's cracking? Welcome back to the One Down Podcast. I am Goldie DeWitt, and today is Thursday, July 19th. Every time I sit down right here, I find myself being less and less prepared, but I feel like I got everything I need. I don't know if that makes sense. Maybe because, like I said, in the beginning, I had just notes, I had files, I had all this stuff. And now I don't have nothing except what comes out of my head. Oh, you know what? Let me turn the Facebook comments on for social media. What up, Charlie? Good to see you, man. Hold on one second. Okay, there we go. And over here in YouTube, he said, right on, I am also ASL, bro. What up, Prospect? And thank y'all for tapping in. Man, yeah, I had somebody tell me, they said, hey, man, it's been a lot of motorcycle content on the YouTube lately. And I said, yeah, it has been. And I really planned on, what up, Bella? Organic is better. Thank you. I really planned on, just touching on a whole bunch of stuff. But I guess touching on stuff will basically be in due time whenever it's time to touch on that stuff. Oh, did I say the 19th? I'm sorry. Today is July 9th. If I said the 19th, my apology. Today is July 9th. It probably felt like the 19th because time is flying by so fast, But yeah, I actually do want to cover a lot of stuff. But under the Motorcycle Club umbrella, damn, it's a lot of stuff. It's a lot of stuff. So I hope that those of you that do engage with me on this podcast, I hope that you still do find the content that I share regarding the Motorcycle Club lifestyle something valuable and interesting, at least, What up, Ray? Much love and respect to you too, man. Thank you much. Thank you, Bella. Thank everybody for tapping in. We got T Ratchet in the house. We got Polly in the house. And everybody coming in, man, from everywhere. And people from, newly learning about me, and people from 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, 40 years back from high school tapping in. And that 40-year mark is 1986. And that's when I stepped into Ontario High as a 14-year-old freshman. But some of the cats I met when I moved out there from junior high. And then we got Veronica from Audubon. And that's touching 85, 86, And I never thought I'd be sitting here in life just speaking back on, recalling something from 40 years ago, saying, oh, yeah, that was like 40 years ago, huh? But when people hear that, they be like, damn, motherfucker's old over there. Right here. There you go. Keith Miles, one of the brothers right here. 41 years ago, I met this dude at Deanza Junior High. And thank you for tapping in, man. Longtime friend. That guy right there, Keith Miles, that's the man who is responsible for teaching me how to ride a motorcycle. You know, I got to give him his flowers on that. That's amazing. Just think, if he never taught me how to ride a motorcycle, if he did not ride with me in the U-Haul that I rented to go buy my first Suzuki 750 GSXR, if I never would have took that route in life, because he had a motorcycle first and I wanted a motorcycle because he had one. If I never got involved with motorcycles, there would be no Sons of Anarchy, no anything related to motorcycles. So that dude right there, Keith Miles, I'm pointing this way because that's where the monitor is at for my chat for YouTube. That dude right there, got to give you your flowers, bro. Much props. And I'm glad that our friendship, existed. And that's why I say people don't even know why in life they end up in certain places. If I wouldn't have went to De Anza Junior High, I wouldn't have never met Keith Miles. I never would have got a motorcycle. I wouldn't be sitting here right now speaking on motorcycle club culture. I wouldn't even know anything about the motorcycle life. I would assume so, because it started with me getting a bike because of that dude right there. So Keith, AKA Doodoo, thank you, brother. And not until this moment right now that you really realize, and then you think as deep as I did, on how things connect, bro. So I love you, and I'm honored to have built this amazing friendship with you. And I had no idea becoming your friend would take me through so many different, avenues in life. And that's where I come into play, that I tell myself, with One Down being like an institution that thousands of people have come through, thousands, over 30 years, and, some people have a short visit, some people have a lengthy visit, but this route that they took coming my way, and the things that I influenced them on, taught them, showed them, encouraged them, I have no idea where it led some of these people, and I don't take none of that for granted when somebody comes my way. And I tell them I'm glad that they responded to the spirit pointing them my way. And that right there, what up, Spotville? That right there leads to part of what I wanted to speak on today, on people coming to motorcycle clubs. Hold on. Somebody's speaking. Been following you since the motorcycle set page. Dang. And now that person right there, that's a long time ago. So thank you. So when I was heavy on the Black Motorcycle Set, I created this website called the Black Motorcycle Set. And it was an actual domain name that I put out. I had paid money to have a forum created and all this stuff. So thank you, man. Thank you very much. You got to pull up some old photos of us on the GSXRs. Those bikes were beast in their day. We put it down and took all fades. That is correct. Yes, sir, we did. And there was one other cat with us. We won't leave him out. His name was Eric Plackey. He was the other cat that was with us, man. And it was us three amigos with our GSXRs. And right there in the early 90s, just having a ball, having a blast. Hold on, let me turn this AC up some. And then we're going to get down. There we go. Let me see. Richie Howard. I remember the club in Chino Hills. That's right, Richie. That was called the One Down Lounge and Grill off of Chino Hills Parkway and Pipeline. And yeah. So if you ever step foot in there during the time I owned it, whatever night you went, that was a night that you will always remember, because every night anybody took a footstep into that place was something extremely climatic. And that's that's the lifestyle and the energy and the ambiance that I try to set even for myself. When I wake up, I want to wake up every morning into something amazing. Like you said, Richie said, those were the good old days. Thank you, bro. And for me, I want people's engagement with me to be something amazing. So thank you, Richie, for even mentioning that, to be for you to register the One Down Lounge in your heart and soul as some of the good old days. And that's good to hear. And I'm glad I could be part of that and still here today to hear that. But let me see. Cowboy Nocturnal MC, stay up, my brother, and speak the knowledge. What's up, Cowboy? Thank you. Thank you very much. Blessings to have you here, Cowboy. And much love and respect to you and your club, Nocturnal MC, and all your brothers. But today I wanted to speak on. Oh, let me give a shout out. All right. Tuning in on YouTube. What up, K Solo? What's up, man? K Solo just had an episode speaking on a certain type of lifestyle of a certain tier of clubs in the lifestyle. And good episode. So y'all should look that up. But I am excited about this episode because I really want it to be something educational for everybody involved. Oh, thank you. Bella said, hit the hearts, which is thumbs up, subscribe, stuff like that. So thank y'all very much for tuning in. But this episode, I got a lot of stuff on my mind. I was about to give a shout out. The shout out goes out to Dave Crane. Okay. And this man has been a straight up amazing man to me. And Dave, I want to say thank you. Thank you, Dave. And if anybody is looking to get a Cadillac or a GMC, okay, I want you to contact Dave Crane. He is the man, the top dog over at Dutton Cadillac in Riverside, California. All right. And if you don't want to contact him directly or reach out, you can contact me. I'll put you on three-way with him. I'll endorse it. But do not go no place else if you're going to get a GMC or a Cadillac. Okay. Contact me and I'm going to hook you up with Dave. All right. Dave has been an amazing man throughout all my vehicles over there. And I look forward to heading back over there as soon as this new body style of the Escalade electric SUV come out. And the new one that's out now, he made sure that, I was super duper taken care of. He made sure I was taken care of with the new fucking Hummer and the new GMC truck, the Denali, electric. I'm all electric on everything. All right. So I'm just telling you, before you F up and go anywhere else, go to Dutton Riverside Cadillac. Tell them you want to speak to Dave and say, Dave, Goldie said you gonna hook me up. And I'm telling you he will. I promise you. What's happening, D? Daryl, OG Turner. This is Mr. Logic tapping in, y'all. And we got Mike. Man, Mike has been tapping in. I want to say thank you, bro. San Gabriel Valley Dragons semi-pro football team. He was on my team. We used to put it down. So thank you. So today's episode, you know what? My energies just be so hyped because I be having so much on my mind and I'm excited. And I'm just telling everybody, do not waste an ounce of your energy on nothing negative people, stupid shit, BS, drama. This short time on planet Earth, you don't even realize how precious it is until you just point blank, you start getting older. You don't even realize how close the ending is. You don't realize it. You take so much for granted. And even when an older person tells a younger cat, don't take it for granted, they don't know what the fuck that means. They don't know how to add that up, But me at 54 years old, what's happening, K Solo? Thank you, brother. At 54 years old, you got to look at this in numbers, because in 6 years, I'm going to be 60. Okay. And then you start looking at the timeline of how much can you really, really, really get out of life in its most activeness, with the strength that you got, that you possess without nobody's help, and you holding up a motorcycle, you doing stuff to the most that you can in the healthiest way you can. So right now, if I just say 16 years, that'll put me at 70. At 70, yes, you are knee deep into, that's an old dude right there. That's an old man. At 70 years old, that's an old man. So 16 years from now, I'll be 70. 16 years ago, let me see, 54, that's 44, 38. I was 38 16 years ago. Okay. At 38, I didn't know 16 years would come so quick and put me right here at 54. So, and as we get older, time goes by faster because you've done so much. And it feels like time goes by faster because your brain is not absorbing as much as it used to when you were younger, because you've seen so much already. So your photographic memory is not capturing a lot no more. So what you're seeing is just a repetitiveness of the same stuff, which makes it look like time is going by faster. I hope y'all with me on that. Look at Spot Bill. Spot Bill said, yes, I'm an old man. And tuned in to soak up this knowledge. Thank you very much. What's happening? Greetings, sir. Whiskey bottle with the tires. Thanks for another episode. Thank you. Thank you. But if you fit, now you will be strong at 70. That's the hope. That's the hope, So I'm really trying to lay this out to let y'all know, even at 38, I didn't know. I ain't had no time to waste. This is grind time for the rest of my life. You cannot submit to nobody's negative energy, no BS. And you got to get the most you can every single day. What up, Steve? What up, Terry? And I'm saying this to you all so it could really hopefully touch you in the right way, And I want you to just start to get rid of unnecessary stuff that's in your life, physically, mentally, emotionally. You got to get rid of it. That baggage will cause a heart attack, a stroke, high blood pressure. It's very unhealthy. So again, all that still adds up to the topic that I picked for my episode today. Joining a motorcycle club for the wrong reason. And that is something that is popping right now. People joining motorcycle clubs. And I am knee deep into the transition of this situation of opening up my doors for people to join one down motorcycle club. In addition to that, I just launched a all-female club called the Beautiful Ones MC. And I guess the topic of this really hit me because of everything that's involved. Me wanting to make sure that, I do take in the right people. Making sure that I don't take in the wrong people. And that's right. You're welcome. And through this little short window of me opening up the window for new membership, I have seen stuff present itself that I'm very prepared to deal with. And it's not even new to me. It's stuff that I knew I was going to, have to deal with, encounter, but it's nothing bad. It just comes with the territory. And so the thumbnail that I created for this, the image says everything. The image is a square, nerdy type dude who has a list. And on that list, it's things that, his expectations of joining a certain type of motorcycle club. And I say certain type of motorcycle club because on that image, he was looking to join a 1%er club. What up, Tiny? Much love and respect to you too. Everyone watching, share on your socials. Thank you, K Solo. I appreciate that, bro. I appreciate you letting people know to send the link out to get this out there. And I want to say thank you. So this guy on the image, he is looking to join a 1%er club. And there are some things that I must speak on that for the best interest of me personally, my entire, empire of One Down. I always got to be mindful to protect myself and everything of One Down in its likeness, directly and indirectly. So there's some things that I would just hope you understand. And if you don't, it wasn't meant for you, or you can just go do your research. But on his list, I would have to look that up. Oh, wait, is it right here? I put it? Oh, I sure did. Yeah, cool. Let me make this bigger. Oh, yeah. So on his list, he wrote, why I want to join Tough Guys MC. Tough Guys MC is not a club. If it is, no disrespect to y'all, but I really didn't think a club would be called Tough Guys MC, so I made that up. And that was the exaggeration of it. You know what I'm saying? So on his list, he wrote why he wanted to join. Protection, brotherhood, popularity. Okay. Number one, to go to any motorcycle club for protection. That's the reason you're joining. You're a buster. And that's the wrong reason to join a motorcycle club, for protection. I would assume absolutely no club wants to open their arms up knowing that some goofy motherfucker is coming their way for protection. Okay. He said, I'm glad you said that. I've pretty much sold off things that of value. I'm all about simple and debt-free lifestyle, speaking for me. But since you put it out there, hey, right on, doo-doo. So do not. I'm going to tell you, do not. But a whole lot of people go to clubs for protection. And typically that's a certain type of person. It's a certain type of person who does that. And there are people in that hosting club, they can see it. Or they might even know exactly what club that other person is coming from, or what situation that other person is running from who's trying to come to their club. So joining a club to gain membership for protection, that's the wrong reason, A lot of people speak on this word brotherhood. You know, brotherhood is something that, truthfully, a lot of cats wish for. They wish for brotherhood because the name, the word is so masculine, is so masculine connected to motorcycle club. And they have these high expectations of what they assume brotherhood should be when, one, they've never even been involved with any type of brotherhood situation. Okay. So they have these high expectations. And once they get into some clubs, they don't see the brotherhood existing. So they feel like got chumped off. But they don't even know how to bring brotherhood or apply themselves to it or contribute to it. And this high expectation of joining something for the brotherhood, they was let down. You know, brotherhood, can I explain it? Brotherhood with a bunch of people with aliases. That's actually funny. So what he's saying is you want to build a brotherhood with a bunch of people you really just don't know, but it's supposed to be a tight connection because you don't even know their real name. You know, I that makes sense. I caught that real quick. What up, Curtis? Thank you, man. I'm honored to have you tap in, Curtis. Thank you very much. And Travis, thank you. I appreciate the kind words. I really appreciate that, bro. Not always. I asked Cody what I looked like 30 years ago. Well, oh shit. Thank you. What up, Ray? So this word brotherhood, it's and I'm not speaking for everybody. I want y'all to know that. A lot of people can agree with me, but do not take this that I'm speaking for everybody, or I'm some person who represents the motorcycle club lifestyle. And I'm just speaking on my life experiences that worked for me, that didn't work for me, that you might be familiar with, or maybe you can relate to. Okay. But brotherhood is something that is, I guess, supposed to be the foundation of the contributing building blocks to a motorcycle club. What up, Duran? Misconception is what K Solo said. And I agree with you. You know, it's a tricky situation with that word brotherhood, you know, because some people reach for it and some people know it don't exist. Some people get in their feelings because they're not able to experience it. Some people used to experience it and it's not there no more. So the word brotherhood, I'm going to tell you, don't go to a club expecting to be witness to what brotherhood is, because it's going to be chopped up and mixed up. And if you got it in you to build brotherhood, then you're going to have to be strong enough to not ever let nobody in your club or combined people in your club take that from you if you feel like you have what it takes to help build it. Me personally, I know brotherhood exists, but it doesn't exist in every single member in a club. It doesn't. But I know that it's possible, you know. And even that word that's also applied to the clubs with family. Family is a tricky situation because for somebody to say, man, this is more than a club. This is like family. And I said it before and I'll say it again. A lot of us in these clubs, we are not connected to our families. So to say this is like family, that's tricky for some people to hear. You know, it's more like a family that we wish we always had. It's more like a family that we're so blessed to be part of because for the first time, we feel like we're actually part of a family. So with that being said, with family and brotherhood, it almost makes me feel like it's however you want to see it, however you want to lay what it means, what response you're getting from the club that makes it feel like it is a brotherhood or it's not a brotherhood or it is a family or it's not a family. And not all clubs are alike. This club, I demand nothing less than the real life, particulars of what it takes to build a brotherhood in this club and to sustain it and maintain it. The real life, dynamics of what it takes to make one down feel like the closest thing you have to a family. Okay. And that's important to me. And so Hughes said, families are dysfunctional. There are plenty of family members we don't even talk to or fellowship with. I agree with you to the fullest. Let the tabernacles say amen. Right on. That was the second one on his list. And then the third one I wrote was popularity. Popularity is the wrong reason to join a motorcycle club. You got this dork, you got this buster, you got this wannabe, you got this goofy motherfucker, you got this weird motherfucker. You got a normal person who simply, strictly, strategically wants to join that particular club for popularity. And that's the wrong reason. No club wants to be used as a springboard for anyone's popularity or gain. And that's why it's important, and that's why it's said in certain clubs, even my club, don't use your patch for popularity. Don't use your patch for no financial gain. Don't use your patch for any leverage to access something on the name of the club or the name of the patch. That is forbidden, to the fullest. And hold on one second. Your club looks good, so it can make me look good. There are people who strategically align themselves with a certain club for exactly that logic. And you got people in the club who will notice that about people. As soon as they get their cut, the motherfucker think he's Superman, and that type of stuff causes issues in clubs in a big way. I had two situations that I said I was gonna share. And these are let me see somebody. So two situations, and they deal with membership. And these are situations that I can speak on because directly involved with it. And I will share this so it can make sense on, you know, club membership and what happens. And you nailed it right there, Ray. Patch fever. Patch fever is when somebody get their patch, they just pumped up. Motherfuckers think they Superman. All right. What up, Lisa Rose? So back in the day, this is one scenario. This is a situation. And how does this relate to the topic? Okay, this directly relates to my topic because of this particular person. This particular person that was in my club. What up, Lynx? Now, let me say this. Most people in these motorcycle clubs, they can tell who's who stands on business, who's weak, who stands on business, and who's weak. Let's just leave it at that. What up, Solo Star? And most people in the clubs who can sense that in people, let's just say these are the ones who, let's say they're there for the right reason, okay? So there was a guy in my club, and when somebody comes to a club, I'm just speaking for me, but I know a lot of people can relate to me. You know, and I'm going to say we meaning the people who feel, Goldie, I see where you coming from, man. I'm going to say I kind of think the way you do. We think alike. So when people come to a club, when a person comes to a club, we can tell off the back, for the most, if this person is going to be on some bullshit and we just going to give it a shot, or this person is coming in, standing on business, and it looks promising. You get that? Number one, the first person I said, the person coming in on some bullshit, but we just hoping that it'll work out. Or the other person that comes in standing on business and it looks promising. Okay. This person back in the day, he was that person that was on that bullshit and you just hoped that it could work out. But every fucking day, every situation, you see that they melt a little bit more. They melt a little bit more. And what happened with this guy, he wanted to be an officer, okay? But I knew that he wasn't built for it. Wasn't built for it. But he just wanted to be an officer. So at this time, back in the first portion of my motorcycle club, this is when I did have a female in the club. And so, like I said, as I explained myself, you know, I do work well with females. I work well with them. So what I did was, because at that time, however she was operating, she had a better relationship with communicating with the people in the club. He did not at all. People actually wanted to punch him in his motherfucking face. And the reason it did not happen was I saved his ass plenty of times. But at the same time, he just wanted to be VP. So I put her at VP. And I think the club, no, I didn't put her there. The club voted her in. That's exactly what happened. The club voted her as VP. And at that time, it was just pretty much them two running against each other. And that just goes to show where people were on just the dislike towards him. And she won in fairness out of a vote. Now, she gets the position, and I think she got a little big-headed. You know, he got his panties in a knot. That's what type of dude he was, a female dog. And so now he just starts acting like a female dog to the fullest. And people really wanted to stomp him out. But I knew he wasn't built to get stomped out and then stand up like a man and take his lumps. I knew he wasn't built like that. I knew that we would see some people standing there and him giving a report because that's how he's built. I knew it. So in between all of that, there was a lot of funk, okay? And then out of the blue, boom, we see him quickly interacting with another club. And while he's in our club, he goes and gets patched into another club. I'm going to say that again. While he's in our club, he goes and gets patched into another club. So immediately, what does that do to everybody in this club or any club? It makes you feel a certain type of way. One, of course, towards the little piece of shit that went that way, but towards that entire club. And I told everybody, stand down, leave it alone. Just leave it alone. You know, don't make us look bad at all. But was that righteous of that other club? No, it wasn't righteous. You know, but let it be, because we already know what type of dude he is. If that's what they want to put, you know, if that's what they want to embrace, and we already know what type of dude he is, so be it. And this is a club that we didn't even interact with anyway. Didn't interact with him. Didn't have nothing to do with him, you know. So is it not supposed to happen if you're asking logic? No, that's not supposed to happen. But what happens is a club can do that when they want to show disrespect. Okay? So yeah, the disrespect was there. And what happens is when that person goes to that other club, then you get to see how and what that club really thinks about your club, if at any capacity, you know. And so yeah, Hughes, it was probably a few months and she was out of that position and the girls were kicked, no more allowed in the club. It was a short run. Everybody learned something in the beginning. That's all that was. And so he was nothing to lose at all. Nothing to lose. And the way that he did it was the only way he could try to put his flex on. So what did he do? He went over there because somebody in the tops was his relative. Okay. And for us, I didn't get into this motorcycle club life to war or jeopardize my likelihood, my livelihood, my future. I didn't get in for that bullshit. And again, he was and still is a piece of shit. So cool, take that piece of shit. Now, if I was in this club for different reasons or created this club for different reasons, then yes, you retaliate in whatever way you feel is best. But I didn't see no reason for it. When he was in the club, now let me tell you something about his character, him. When he was in the club, he asked me, "Hey, can I get a license plate with one down on it?" And during that window when he asked, yeah, we was cool. So I said, yeah, go ahead, man. So he moved forward on his motorcycle. He got some, I don't want to give the exact license plate out, but it's directly in reference to this club. And so upon him going over there to the other club, getting patched in before he even dropped his colors here, had any conversations or anything. Now that he's been over there, back then, now let's just say this was in the, if I had to guess, it was a long time ago. I don't want to put the exact date on it, but he did not. Right when he was out, then we got to collect stuff. So I sent folks to get his colors. So he surrendered the colors back. Then the license plate, the motorcycle license plate, that he wanted to keep. Not wanted to keep. He refused to surrender that. So now again, I already knew that this dude was ready to be on the phone or giving a report. That's how he built. So I had to tell myself, it's just a license plate. Just leave it alone. What kind of dumb motherfucker is not in the club no more, but still going to have that on his bike while he's in another club? So throughout the years, he has kept the plate. Okay. I'm telling you all this so you can see what type of junk that does go on, you know, in some situations, and maybe how you can avoid it if it ever comes your way. So I let about 10 or 15 years go by. Okay. And then I hit him up out the blue regarding surrendering the plate and just getting that out the way and passed. He was shocked that I called him and said he would, but he was lying and I didn't know it. Told him, told me he'll call me back in a few days. Didn't call. Called him back, no answer. Called him back, no answer. So I go to people in this club. And the people in this club, the cat who brought him in, he don't even like him. He don't like him. And he hates that he even brought him in. And hates that the whole situation happened. So when I looked the plate up, it was still in his name, but it was not in use. So now I decided to move forward with DMV and stuff and checked on it again. He done pulled it out of his name and put it into somebody else's name. And that's when I said, fuck it. This is a grown ass man playing these little games. Fuck it. It's just a license plate. What did I have to do with joining a motorcycle club? The topic, him running to a club for protection. Running to a club for protection. Now, him, what I love to have a one-on-one conversation with him, with documentation of paperwork signed in a bare knuckle ring so we can have a conversation and talk. Yes, I would. Yes, I would. So if anybody want to clip anything and you know exactly who I'm talking about, you make sure he gets this, or if he ain't sitting there watching it himself. I would love to have a conversation. I would love to have a conversation with you one-on-one. No little pew-pews that you think none of that. Nothing at all. I say that because, don't nobody need to be getting away with nothing and making a whole club look fucked up. Not one person. One person shouldn't make a whole club look fucked up. And that's what happens. One person can make a whole club look fucked up. And especially when people who were in a position to resolve stuff was actually embracing the bullshit, you know? So that's a situation that, and throughout the whole year, all these years, you know, the magic has done its job by making sure that he is never anywhere where I'm at. So thank you to the spirits for that. And let's just keep that going. And if you ever got some junk that you created, you should never get your club involved. You should never, ever get your club involved. You should solely deal with your situation on your own because that was your situation. You should never drag your club into nothing. That's coward. Now, see, that's the scenario I wanted to paint and tell you about a situation that's real, you know? And is it anything to me? Hell no. It's nothing. Nothing. It's just a license plate. You know? But you got this thing called it's the principle. Now, can I continue to live my amazing life and enjoy life and have the best times in my life? Yes. Yes, that's what I've been doing. You know, will I ever let anyone, you know, put a license plate with the club's name in it in their no. And if anybody has done it within their club and it worked out, cool. But before anybody does that, it's just not the best idea. Okay. So lesson learned for me. Now, that was one of the situations regarding joining a club. That was him going to join a club after leaving us in a bad way. So in that terminology, out bad? Yes, out bad. You know, is out bad applicable nowadays? It doesn't really seem so, you know. Now, the other situation type of scenario, how about a tattoo on the neck? A tattoo on the neck? A tattoo is different, you know. That shit is weird to me. If you was in a club and you got it blasted on your neck, no disrespect if it's you. I'm looking at you right there in there. If it's you, no disrespect to you. But if you got a name of a club on your neck and you joined another club, I think it's goofy as fuck for you to still have that shit on your neck if you in a different club. So I would think you need to take it upon yourself to cover that up or get it removed. Now, these again, motorcycle clubs, these are relationships. The complete dynamics of being in a club is damn near identical to dating somebody. Okay. So if you started dating some chick or guy and they had their ex on their neck and your relationship with them was looking serious and promising, that shit needs to come off, you know? And if the person who's hosting the tattoo on them did not step up to take it off, all they doing is just seeing how weak and goofy your ass is to still allow them to rock that. And if they still got that on their neck and they want it there, then they not ready for the next relationship. Okay? Point blank, they not ready for it. They not ready for the next club. They need to take their ass back and try to see if they can make that other relationship work then. And that's the same thing with a goofy motherfucker trying to hold on to a license plate, you know? Not dating, it's a marriage, you know? That's what somebody said. Not dating, it's a marriage. So the next scenario situation is what's up, Dave Crane? Dave Crane is in there. I gave you a nice shout out, Dave, earlier in the conversation. But so the next situation, this is something, let me see. It says, I'm glad you're speaking on that license plate. He's a stupid fuck. He probably still paying the fee every year. Such a fucking FAGGOT ass pussycat. That's what they said. See, people who know who that is, the dude is a fucking dork dipshit. Just like, oh my God, who the fuck would take him in? Like, seriously, you know? Right on, Dave. So this next scenario, this is a factual situation that just, wait a minute. Oh, wait, can I say that? It's just happened. Let me see. So this situation that just happened. So with me opening up the doors to come join One Down MC, I am getting an amazing response. And I want to say thank you. And I'm happy, so happy and thankful to see the club building and building with, so far, the right people. The right people. You know, and like I said, this, from what I've learned in life over all these years, people coming this way now are the people who know what they don't want. What they don't want. Not the high expectations of going to a club because they don't know shit about the lifestyle. Not them. No. These are people who pretty much got some type of seasoning and they know what they don't want now. And so now, if you come from another motorcycle club, what that means is you got a street resume. You have a street resume of people knowing you, okay? Keep It Logical said, what should a club do when a member is not doing anything wrong, but it is known he is just using the MC for clout? What should the club do when they know that the member is just using the club for clout? That happens a lot. Not over here, but out there, it happens a lot. And depending on the club, a lot of clubs, some clubs, they embrace that bullshit. Not me. But if the club doesn't embrace it and it's something that the club frowns upon, the club needs to address that member, tell him what he needs to stop doing. And number one, you need to make sure that what he's doing is something that was forbidden in the bylaws. If it's not in the bylaws, then he's not doing nothing wrong. So you need to make an amendment to your bylaws and you need to put that in there and you need to have him sign the updated bylaws along with everybody else. And once he continues to do that, then you chop his head off. Not for nah, and if he continues to do it, then he's looking at getting his patches peeled and kicked out the club. Does prospecting count? Count for what? Send him on a mission. Oh, send him on a mission. Oh, that's some strong talk right there. So back to the other part, the other scenario I was going to get at. This one right here, this is facts. This is facts. Okay. So if you are looking, if you are looking to come to One Down, this is facts. You're looking to come to One Down and you were in another club and you could have been in there for a couple of years or several years. Okay. I have to do my due diligence and ask you questions about your membership. I have to then take what you say and run that through my head on how does that sound? Okay. And in some cases, before I even get to make the call to the club you were with, they've already hit me up. Why? Because the streets talk. The person you told that you were coming this way already spoke to people. or images or videos or whatever. So the call could come to me before I even made the call out. What up, Pete? And so, oh wait, hold on. Slow ball cycles. These clubs want members. They don't care about what you're saying. They don't even need a bike. That applies to a lot of clubs out there. So the potential member coming this way, he needs to make sure that the club that he has left on good terms. Good terms. Good terms, why? Because I don't want to host, embrace, bring in somebody who their ex-club fucking hates. Why? Because it's going to make it look like I'm thirsty, and it's going to make it look like I really don't like that other club anyway. Now, if that's the case, then so be it. But I'm standing here today. I don't want nobody else's trash. And I don't have a distaste like that for no club out there at all. You know? So there's a there's a guy who showed interest to come this way. And y'all can run to my social medias if you want. But when somebody posts something public, hey, it went public. So he was out of the club that he's been out of for a few months. And in the thread, he said something that mentioned taking a look at this club. And that was said a few days ago. And then last night or this morning, I get a notification in the thread that somebody made a comment and it said, "You a sellout." And I said, damn, got him. And so that went to the guy who was looking at coming this way. So when people, throw stones like that publicly to call somebody a sellout, and that person is not even they're not in my club. They're not in the club that the person was coming from, but just somebody on the sideline. They saying that for a reason. And it makes me feel like they wanted me to see that. Okay. And look into things even a little bit more. And this is what I'm saying. You do have, a set resume, a street resume on how people saw how you moved out there on the set. Now, you got an emotional situation. Somebody could just say, man, I don't like that motherfucker. He's just a bitch. All right, well, I'm sure people feel that way about me. But do I owe anybody money? No. Am I some scandalous cat messing with people? Jezebelling around? No. Am I doing dirt? No. So is it just jealousy? I can't do nothing about that. I can't do nothing about it. Now, if somebody's coming this way and their ex-club contacts me and they say, yo, Goldie, I heard such and such coming your way, man. He owe us money. That's something that I cannot move forward on at no capacity. I can't move forward on that. Because now I'm taking on that debt. I'm taking on that debt. And I'm not showing respect to the lifestyle. So upon anybody leaving a club, you need to make sure that you don't owe your previous club no money. You need to make sure that it is something mutually understood and agreed between both parties, you and them, that you do not owe them money. So you got money as a situation, and then hopefully there's nothing about you stealing from them. And then the situation of you returning all club property. Making sure you don't owe money and making sure that you have returned all club property. Remember, none of your colors are yours. That was something simply borrowed during the time of your active membership. Back in the day, when you rented a movie from Blockbuster, you got to take it all the way home and put it in your VCR and watch it and fall asleep to it and wake up to it. But it ain't yours. You got to take that motherfucker back and give it back to him. And if it was a VHS tape, you got to make sure that you even rewound the tape. If not, they're going to charge you probably 50 cents or $1 to rewind it. You got to give it back in the same condition you got it in. It ain't yours. So if you want to move about in this motorcycle club lifestyle from one club to another club, the least you can do is just keep your name clean. So the club that you left, all they can feel is, fuck, man, I was a good dude. Let them feel that. Let them be mad because they lost a good dude. And then the club that's about to get you, let them know. No, they will already know, like, oh shit, he coming this way? Right on, man. And still, the due diligence still has to take place on checking everything about this cat, making sure it's all good. There's no reason clubs need to be feuding about a person. And that person shouldn't have that much power, and the club shouldn't be that greedy to take somebody coming from another club knowing it's just going to cause animosity. But if the club is willing to take that animosity, then it just means that the club is willing to, get funky with the other club. And that's not what I'm here for at all. This club has a future and a smooth lifestyle, and it's always going to be like that. So for anybody coming this way or thinking about coming this way, we don't want nobody's trash. We don't want nobody coming this way to build animosity against another club. I would rather, if you came this way, not rather, but the only way you can come this way, and if you're coming from a club that I do know, one down still gonna be cool with that club. So you still gonna have to be around that club. So you got to make sure that you cool with that club. I'm not gonna just take you, one person, and then end or fuck off a complete relationship that I had with a whole nother club because of one person. That's selfish and that ain't a smart move. So this is a portion of all the stuff that I know that I've learned over the years on what's important. Yes, I want this club to build, but with the right people. And thus far, I'm telling you, I've been getting some amazing people coming through, and I'm happy about that. Make that man earn his patch again. He's got to put work in for that clout. And earning your patch is a phrase that's used. But like I tell people over here, It's a lot of programming. You know, I got to program you to live and breathe this one down program. So if it's called earning your patches, so be it. But I tell people, no matter what you did over there with that other club, it's not applicable over here. It ain't applicable over here. The way we do stuff is the way we do stuff, but it's still within the perimeters and the respected guidelines of the top clubs that matter on how they function. And stripping somebody down, even from some shit they may have been infected with on their home upbringing. Don't bring that shit over here. You know, you got grown men. It's like, hey man, have you ever used Windex to clean a mirror? Because this shit is fucked up. You know, you witness all kind of stuff. You know, there's a reason this club is top tier in everything we do, every category, top tier. There is absolutely no club on planet Earth like One Down. I'm not bragging. I'm just saying there's no club like it. Let that be in California, the next state over from that, throughout the United States. There's no club. If it is, please connect us. I would absolutely love to go visit them. I would love to go visit a club. If anybody can say, man, I know a club just like y'all, I would love to meet them, you know? And just like us, man, I'm so beautiful in my heart. I mean, why wouldn't I want to do something amazing and somehow, you know, connect us in some type of beautiful way? No, that wouldn't be my enemy. Nope, that's silly. You know, so there, One Down, you know, it takes chin up and chest out to maintain a relationship with One Down. And I say that because I'm proud of the relationship that we've built with a certain club. It's an amazing relationship. Never in history has it ever been done, and it'll never be done again by no other club ever on planet Earth. Never. And that says a lot. It says a lot about my club. It says a lot about me. And I do believe in the fact that I ain't got room for no mistakes. Can't make no mistakes. None. Cannot make no mistakes. You know how many people would like to see me make a mistake? Fuck that. Right on, Pete. Right on, Curtis. Quality over quantity. So, yeah, so joining a motorcycle club, it is serious business. Serious business. And the clubs need to, I can't tell clubs what to do, but clubs already know it. Clubs want to tighten up. But at the same time, clubs are trying to build. So whenever they see somebody even thinking about the potential coming through, it's like, grab them, you know. But things are different now. These men, they ain't the men that I grew up looking up to. An 18-year-old or a 21-year-old today, it is not the same person, dynamics, mental stability. It's not the same of the type of 18 or 21-year-old that grew up with me that is that age today. They're like from down there, two different planets, you know, and it's just not working out with some of these clubs with the old school bylaws and lifestyle that they're expecting to be lived out by these new youngsters. It's not coming together, you know. And again, I said it before, you have an age divide. Where these youngsters, they're just looking at these older cats like, man, get your old ass out of here. Instead of the youngsters rebirthing life into the older cats and the older cats injecting knowledge into the younger cats. It ain't happening, you know. I want to say thank y'all for joining me in today. The numbers are pretty good up there, and they wouldn't be up there if it wasn't for you taking time to tap in. I wish I could see everybody's face who was tapped in, but it's not meant for me to see that, you know. But I want to say thank you for your support. What up, Tina? This episode, again, much love to all clubs out there. All clubs out there. And again, if anybody is contemplating making their way to One Down MC, you know, this is a club that stands on class and respect. 24/7. Located in Riverside, California. And all you got to do is go to onedownmc.com. That's the number one, DOWNMC.com. Hit the contact link, and just fill it out, and I'm going to call you back. All right? And if you're a female and you're looking for a club, just do the same thing, and you'll get a call back. But I hope you guys were able to understand everything that I laid out today. Thank you to K Solo for tapping in and, you know, helping me out with letting people know to, you know, send the social media link out. If you haven't, just takes a second, click like. And again, I'm saying this, I'm doing this because I enjoy doing it. Everybody think, oh, people on YouTube, they getting paid. I don't receive no monetization from this. This is not, I don't get paid on this at all. Don't get paid. If I ever got paid, I'll let you know. But I am not getting paid on this. This is something that I just enjoy doing. Thank you, Spot Bill. Thank you, Lisa. And ultimately, I want to help. I want to help clubs. I want to help clubs. I want to help clubs, you know, have it easier. I want the lifestyle in the clubs to be easier. You know, I want people who thinking they about to join a club to say, you know what, maybe I shouldn't because I'm a piece of shit. And I don't want to bring no heat to that club. You know, or the person to say, you know what, I see which club is good for me. And I see what I need to do when I step to that club to make sure they see me as a good possible prospect for their club. You know, Theron, thank you, man. I'm excited for your club rebuild, fam. Thank you. I appreciate you saying that, man. And I'm not sure if you still ride, Theron. He's like, what? Yeah, we got some cats coming down from Santa Clarita coming this way. You know, the spread is good. Santa Clarita, San Diego, Victorville. So just letting y'all know, you'll always have somebody to ride home with, different areas, you know, and LA. So yeah. But again, today's numbers on the viewing was good. Please continue to pass the word. Every Thursday, 1 p.m., I am right here breaking y'all off with something healthy and educational. Creole Society, thank you very much. I feel like there's something that I wanted to say regarding a date or something coming up. But if not, if it don't come to my head, y'all just gonna miss out. Go to my website. Oh, and anybody, I keep forgetting to say this. If you need anything motorcycle related, I own a motorcycle shop in Riverside, California. All right. And I am here to hook you up. All right. I can ship it to you anywhere in the United States. I'll save you money. I will take care of you. It's that simple. All you got to do is reach out to me. Tell me what you're looking for, and I will get it for you. And I will save you money. I promise. All right. There is no reason for you to spend money someplace else when I'm telling you I will hook you up and save you money. All right, y'all. So y'all get yourselves back to y'all day. Have a good weekend, a safe weekend, and blessings to everybody out there. Polly, T Ratchet, much love. Beautiful Ones, MC, looking to see that continue to grow. Got some strong ladies involved with it. And like I said, what's really important is the women that are involved with Beautiful Ones MC, all these women get along. All right. And I'm seeing it, and I'm seeing the energy, and it's exactly what it's going to take for women to embrace each other and get along. All right. So again, if you're a woman and you got a bike or getting a bike and you always been curious about a motorcycle club, Beautiful Ones MC is the club. All right. There's none of that junk that you've already familiar with on how women get down. Not these women at all. Not at all. All right, y'all. So much love and respect. I will see you next Thursday at 1:00 p.m. I want to say thank you again for tuning in with me. And the patches did come in for Beautiful Ones MC. So all the patches are in. So the ladies will now start getting their patches. And when you do see the ladies out there, you know, just give them props knowing that they are under the umbrella of a very well-respected, you know, one down empire that has mad respect out there in them streets. All right, y'all. Much love and respect. Thank you. And we will be back on here next Thursday. All right.
So say good night to the bad guy. Come on. The last time you're going to see a bad guy like this again, let me tell you. Come on. Make way for the bad guy here. There's a bad guy coming through. Better get out.